Today is November 9th, 2015. This is a regular business and public hearing of the mayor and council. All members of the mayor and council are present. We'll start tonight with the invocation. We have Father John to lead us in tonight's invocation. Is that correct? Oh, I thought it was.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Ever and loving God, you gather us here this evening to bless this city council, to carry out the gospel of Christ to all people. Bless these members, give them the wisdom and grace that they need to lead and to guide the city of Snellville. May they be the best of leaders, fill them with wisdom and grace, and bless their families and those gathered here today to support them and help them to be the leaders that they can and you call them to be for the citizens of Snellville. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Father John. We now have tonight's announcements. There will be a Board of Appeals meeting on Tuesday, November 10th. Is that the correct date? At 7 p.m. work session, a 7:30 p.m. meeting here at City Hall. If you want to watch a rebroadcast of this council meeting, you can do so on November 22nd on Comcast Channel 25 at 6:30 p.m. The November 23rd council meeting will be at 6:30 p.m. work session, a 7:30 p.m. meeting here at City Hall. Our Planning Commission will meet on November 24th with a 6:30 p.m. work session and a 7:30 p.m. meeting. November 26th, the City Hall and all offices will be closed. For the 26th and 27th, we'll have a blood drive on December 4th here at City Hall from 1:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. To learn more about blood donation opportunities, visit www.redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. The Board of Appeals will meet again on December 8th, 7 p.m. work session and 7:30 p.m. meeting here at City Hall. The December 14th council meeting is regularly scheduled, 6:30 p.m. work session, 7:30 p.m. meeting, and not on the printed announcements, but the Art Commission will meet on November 16th here at City Hall at 6:30 p.m. in the community room. That is all of tonight's announcements. Now we have the invocation, and leading us in tonight's invocation is once again the South Gwinnett High School ROTC.
Carry. Forward. March. Mark time. March. Halt. Halt. I ask. Hey.
That was the South Gwinnett High School Junior ROTC under the leadership of Colonel Flager and also Mayor Pro Tem Howard's granddaughter Reese, who led us in tonight's Pledge to the Flag. Now that brings us to ceremonial matters. We have some remarks by myself. I don't have anything prepared because I was on my way to dinner and was going to allow Mr. Witz to enjoy tonight without my interference. But I do want to just briefly thank everyone. I want to thank my supporters. I want to thank my family, and I want to thank the city staff. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve these past 4 years as the mayor of the city of Snellville. We've taken this past week, and I'll be moving on to hopefully bigger and brighter things, but you'll still see me in the community. I do want to congratulate Mr. Witz, and as I was told 4 years ago, be careful what you wish for, but I wish you much success in everything that comes in the future. As I ask my supporters on the night of the election, please join with me in welcoming Mr. Witz as our mayor. Please use this opportunity to bury the wounds and to move forward with the city of Snellville. But I'm also asking Mr. Witz's supporters to do the same thing. Please watch what you post on Facebook because you add salt to those wounds when you continue with your Facebook post. And so please be gracious winners in these next few weeks and allow our city to do the healing that needs to happen. And Preston agrees with me. So with that, it has been an honor and a privilege, and now we will focus on being a mom and being an attorney and some other things going on in our lives. We will have the swearing-in ceremony. It's my understanding the order's been changed, that Mr. Witz will be sworn in first. Is that correct? Okay. So, Mr. Witz, no? Okay. Do you want to come forward and your family, your wife holding your Bible for you? And he'll be sworn in by City Municipal Court Judge Mark Lang.
City of Snellville. And that I will support. And defend. The charter. Thereof. As well. As the Constitution. And the laws. Of the state of Georgia. And of the United States of America. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, now it's time to swear my friends in. Who's the? David's first, and David, you're being sworn in by Judge Carla Brown. You know what that is? Does he know what that is?
The only Bible in the house.
You will repeat after me. I, Dave Emanuel, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully perform the duties of councilman of the city of Snellville, and that I will support and defend the charter thereof, as well as the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and of the United States of America. Congratulations.
Okay, next. We'll have post 2, Roger Marmol. Just do it.
Raise your right hand, Roger. Repeat after me. I, Roger Marmol,
I, Roger Marmol,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully perform the duties of
that I will faithfully perform the duties of
council member of the city of Snellville,
council member of the city of Snellville,
and that I will support and defend the charter thereof,
and that I will support and defend the charter thereof,
as well as the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
as well as the Constitution thereof of the state of Georgia
and the United States of America,
and the United States of America.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay, and finally, post number 3, Christy Linsky. I'm sorry? Okay, okay.
My family cannot be here tonight, so I would like my new family to.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Christy Linsky,
I, Christy Linsky,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully perform the duties of
that I will faithfully perform the duties of
council member of the city of Snellville,
council member of the city of Snellville,
and that I will support and defend the charter thereof,
and that I will support and defend the charter thereof,
as well as the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
as well as the Constitution and the laws of the state of Georgia
and of the United States of America,
and of the United States of America.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
committee department reports, after committee department reports. Okay, it's time to have our committee department reports. We only have one report tonight. That's from Buddy Scott and the DDA.
Mayor and Council, by the way, congratulations on the election. And the DDA, on behalf of the DDA, I want to say we're excited to actually work for United Snellville. Now that being said, one of the major projects we've been working on is the Master Sign Program, and I'm glad to announce that the first signs have actually been ordered for the Town Green Improvement Program and actually for the City Hall. And currently, we're actually in talks with landowners to actually expand that out throughout the city. So, and that's it. All right.
Okay, I skipped over the minutes because I thought the minutes were handled prior to the swearing in. But next we have a minute. So I have a motion.
Motion to postpone approval of the minutes until the December 14th meeting.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, like sign. The minutes are postponed. Next we go to, we need to have
I'd like to amend the agenda, have a motion to appoint a city attorney.
What we're going to do tonight is bring up a interim city attorney, and that'll be Mr. Powell. Mr. Powell, if you take your place up here, please, I'd appreciate it. No, it's not. That was good.
Nerves. We'll give you the first one.
Okay, appreciate it. Okay, under old business, we have a public hearing, first reading on ZOA 15-02, consideration action on a text amendment to Article 12, sign ordinance of the 2001 zoning ordinance for the city of Snellville, Georgia. Do I have a motion?
Motion to waive first reading of ZOA 15-02.
There's a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I call the vote. All those in favor of approval of zoning waiving the first read on the zoning ordinance signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. First reading, consideration and action on the application of Dr. George Katzadais, Pediatric Partners of Gwinnett, to modify certain conditions of zoning approved 8/28/2000 for rezoning case 00-06. The request for variance for a 3.426 plus or minus acre office and retail development zoned BG, Business General District, and located at 2045-2075 East Main Street, Snellville, Georgia. Tax parcels 5059, 248, 485, 486, and 487. Do I have a motion?
Motion to waive first reading of RZ 1506.
I have a motion on the floor. Is there a second? We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor of waiving the first reading on RZ 15-06 signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. First reading. Okay. 6-0, in case y'all are mathematically challenged. First reading, which I don't think any of you are. First reading, ANX 15-02, LUP 15-04, RZ 15-05, CUP 15-06. Consideration action application by Cinecoin Investments LLC requesting annexation by the city of Snellville to amend the land use plan to retail, or to amend the official zoning map to BG, General Business District Condition Use Permit for a fuel center and variances from the Code of Ordinances for 123,000 square foot Kroger Marketplace store and a 22.84 plus or minus acre tract located at the 1000 Athens Highway, Snellville, Georgia. Tax parcels 5100, 005, 006, 023, 059, and 065. Do I have a motion?
To waive first reading on ANX 1502, LUP 1504, RZ 1505, and CUP 1506 as read.
There's a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Closing the discussion, I call the question. All those in favor of waiving the reading, first reading on ANX 15-02, LUPs 15-04, RZ 15-05, and CUP 15-06, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, like sign. 6-0, the measure carries.
I just want to clarify that that'll be for our meeting on December 14th, all those three
Correct.
first readings to waive that specific date.
Correct.
Thank you.
New business to ratify the certified results of November 3rd, 2015 general and special elections. Bobby?
Well, I guess as a point of what we have to do is we have to ratify the results of the election. I'll let Mr. Sanders take it from there.
I would ask that you ratify the following results for the four races. The first in the mayor's race, Kelly D. Couts, 746 votes. Gary A. Lapidese, 359 votes. Tom Witts, 1,305 votes. Mr. Powell, would we do these separately or all at once?
You can do them all at once.
Great. Count for Council Post 1, Dave Emanuel, 1,401 votes. Barbara C. Mostyn, 967 votes. Council Post 2, Dexter Brannon Harrison, 869 votes. Roger Marmel, 1,482 votes. Council Post 3, Christy Linsky, 1,494 votes. Mike Sabag, 868. I would ask that those be ratified with the vote of the council.
Motion to approve ratification of certified results of the November 3rd, 2015 general and special election.
There's a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Second. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I call the question. All those in favor of ratifying the November 3rd, 2015 election as read by the city manager, signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, like sign. Carries 6-0. Article B, or item B rather, consideration action on the agreement with TSW for comprehensive update to city zoning ordinances and development regulations. Ms. Bender?
Several months ago, we went out to bid for a...
You're not Ms. Bender.
I'll let the city manager take this one.
My hearing's going. I turned 60. No, really, just as an overview, several months ago, we went out to bid for a comprehensive update of a zoning ordinance which has not really been touched much in the last 20 years. We've updated the sign ordinance part, but it really needs to be looked at to be brought up to date to all of the great things that we feel like are going to come to Snellville over the course of the next few years. And we received two comprehensive, very good bids. One from Jacobs Incorporated and another from Tennell, Spengler, and Walsh. The review committee, which consisted of the planning staff and myself, we are wholeheartedly recommending Tennell, Spengler, Walsh be named as the consultant and to have an agreement worked out with myself and the city attorney and brought back for your review and hopefully approval next meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we choose TSW Team as planner consultant for the ordinance update.
There's a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of consideration and action on the agreement with TSW for comprehensive update to the city zoning ordinance and develop regulations, signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, like sign. That's 6-0. The motion carries. Consideration and action on confirmation of board appointments. Who would you like me to give this one to, Ms. Bender?
I think I can take this one.
Okay, go for it.
Anyone else, feel free to jump in, though, if I'm not handling it well. Just in this step, all we're doing is taking this step. We've got a list. It's in our agenda packet. Well, I don't think it's in the agenda packet, but we are just reaffirming all of the prior board appointments for our planning commission and other boards and commissions. So I'll make a motion to reconfirm all board appointments.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? I just add that basically all we're doing is there are some board appointments that have not been refilled, or there are people hanging on and we passed the expiration date. Our charter says they stay there until someone's reappointed to take their place. So basically what we're doing is we're just reaffirming all of those people that are still have a year and a half ago and expired 6 months ago that they carry on. These are all people that have worked for the city, volunteered for the city for many years, and we went over the list today, and I'm comfortable with everyone that we are putting on there, so it's a good thing. With that, I'll end the discussion. All those in favor of ratifying the boards and commissions, please signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, like sign. 6-0, the motion carries. I'll get better at this, I really will. Okay. We have consideration and action of the stage lease approval for the city of Grayson and authorize the mayor to execute the contract. Mr. Howard.
All right, our sister city of Grayson. Thank you all for being in the house tonight, by the way. I'll make a motion for consideration and action on the stage lease approval for the city of Grayson, and authorize the mayor to execute the contract for the December 5th event that they have.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the stage lease approval for the city of Grayson to authorize the mayor to execute the contract, signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, like sign. 6-0. It stands. Now we have our council reports. I'll start on my right with Dave because he's usually the shortest.
Apparently, he hasn't been listening for the past 4 years.
That's true. That's true.
I just would like to thank everybody for your support. We've got a great council here. We're going to do great things, and as always, we're all available. Any questions, concerns, please contact us. Our numbers are everywhere. We even had people paying to get our numbers out to the public so they can contact us. And I'm going to consult with our city attorney because I don't know if I have to declare that as an in-kind donation or not. But again, I just want to thank you for the support that you've given us, and look forward to serving you for another 4 years.
Mayor Pro Tem.
All right, Erica, if you cue up the 4 videos that I've got tonight. Hope y'all are comfortable.
If you haven't been here before, he's not kidding.
No, actually, tonight is Tom, Dave, Christie, and Roger's night. I just want to acknowledge everybody for all the hard work that everybody did and support, and just, it is overwhelming to see what we see tonight in this room. It's only the start. There are many elected officials. There are many important guests in the room. There's no way to name you all. know that my heartfelt thanks are to all of y'all for the support of our city as we move forward. And we'll see you here in a few minutes after we go into the other room. Shop local.
Okay, let's start over on the way on my immediate way over on the left there with Christy Linsky. You're first. Go for it.
Which is no indication of my political ideology.
That's true.
Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I especially am proud of my South Gwinnett High School students that are represented here tonight. If you would indulge me for a moment, I would like to name some specific students who have really been an incredible help on my effort to get to this point here before you. First of all, Justin Brown in ROTC color guard tonight did a little extra running around for me today. Paula Granston, Michael Ijoma, Justin Akara, Toby Agunmowe, Benny Joseph, Jasmine Ragland, Talia Davis, Aaron Gilliard, Sitlali Garcia, Fatu Kamara, Ria White, Denasia Robinson, Kamari Pilars, Masuna Vau, Nico Adams, and Tatiana Pinckney. Thank you so much. Each of these students are such a great example of what I want for this community: more student involvement, more community involvement. I'm done.
Roger?
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and thank you for your support as well. And I want to thank all the elected officials that came out tonight as well. I'll always be available, just like I was throughout the campaign. I'll remain the same. And I believe there's great things coming to Snellville, and I hope you all stay energized, still stay involved, and keep volunteering with the city, because there's great things coming to Snellville. Thank you.
Barbara.
I'm just going to keep this very brief. I just want to thank not only everyone in this room for all of your hard work and your efforts and your support. This was tough. I mean, it seems like every election comes around and it always seems like it's worse than the last one. There were some very tough moments in this campaign, and through your support, through the support of the people up here on this dais, we made it through. I feel like this truly is a new day for Snellville. I think we have a great opportunity now to truly make this city proud, and I'm proud to be able to sit up here and be a part of it. Thank you.
And now for my first mayor's report. I'll keep it brief. First of all, there's no way I would sit up here without the help of so many of you out there in the audience. In 2009, when I decided to get into politics, I knew maybe 10 people in Snellville that lived here. Now look, I have a room full, I know just about everybody in this room, and I've met you all and learned to love you all because of our common goal for a better Snellville. When I was very young, my father used to, every time I'd say, you know, Dad, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, he'd say, you know what, son, you got the easy part done, you talked about it. He says, now you got to go do it. Well, we've talked about it, and now it's up to us to do it. And I can't tell you how excited I am to be sitting up here with these people and the other 5 people that are on the council with me. We are going to deliver for Snellville, I promise you. The first thing I'm going to mention is thanking everyone who was involved in the election. I know it was an unusual election, but we had a committee for the election committee, and you pulled it off. You did wonderfully. I want to thank Gretchen and Phyllis and Mike. They did stellar work. So, about 6 months ago, the city manager and I came to us at council at a work session, tried to talk us into electronic voting machines, and we just kind of scoffed it off and said, we're doing fine. About 9:30, 10 o'clock last Monday night, Tuesday night rather, I sent Butch a text. I said, Butch, if we make it, you got it. So, we're not going to go through that again. That was painful, especially if you were one of the guys waiting to find out what the results were. But we made it. When I was elected, I had hundreds and hundreds of emails and phone calls and letters or texts, and I want to thank each one of you. If I didn't get back to every one of you, I apologize. It was, you wouldn't believe it. Gail Lane, who's here, she can tell you I had 107 texts in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, so, I didn't get everyone. But two of them that I got talked to me. And if give me indulgence, they're not very long. I want to read both of them. I didn't know this, but both people who wrote them are in the room tonight. I didn't expect that, but they are. And I won't mention you unless you want to be mentioned. But I'll tell you when I finish it, if you want to be mentioned, you can stand up. And if you don't, I won't say who you are, okay? All right, this is the first one. I observed many amazing transformations indicating hope, culminating in the most incredible election results to bring unity to Snellville. Congratulations, Tom, on the election victory as you lead the best team in the Atlanta area. Yes, I was one seeking to move to another area outside of Gwinnett and finding a job. As a poll worker, I started to witness hope from Harmony last Friday. I saw many come into City Hall to vote for the first time. Perhaps the most remarkable was a woman born in 1944 who had never voted before. Presidential elections did not seem to move her to vote, but a mayoral election in Snellville created a passion for her to get to the polls. Well, I do not know the voting choices and ballots cast other than my own. I saw a passion. I would not even venture to guess how many people tried to vote in the Snellville election who were not residents within the city limits. They understood upon leaving why they could not cast a vote, but had a desire to be a part of the vote. I witnessed an onslaught of families coming to the polls with teachable moments for children. I witnessed elderly being escorted by caregivers. I witnessed those with limiting physical impairments with a passion to vote. I witnessed those who I knew were going through extreme medical treatments and terminal illness wanting to cast a ballot. All of those voters could have put themselves and their issues above that of civic responsibility. There is a surge of highest ethical standards, integrity, and accountability that has been started by you and your team. If I can be of assistance with my skill set to help develop, to enhance, or to accomplish your vision, please consider my offer. Others know as I do that you can continue this way Others know as I do that you can continue this way and create a further desire for unison. Congratulations, thank you for your vision and desire to serve the people of Snellville. Do you want to stand up? This one may be given away, and I got to show a picture with this one, so I may give away who it is. But you're in the room, but don't have to stand up. You know they say, don't judge a book by its cover. Tonight, I walked into Summit Chase Country Club to wait for the results of the Snellville election. When I first walked in, I looked around and thought to myself, turn around and go home. I didn't see anyone I knew and no one that looked like me. But I knew I wanted to be there to support Tom Witz. I walked up to Tom and he greeted me as though he had known me all of his life. Huge smile, warm hug. Then I proceeded to grab a few snacks and sat at the closest table I could find. Then Mr. Melvin came to the table and sat with me, and we talked for a bit. Then, before you knew it, a gentleman named Jamie Dempsey came over and was like, "Are you Christie?" And I was like, "Yes." Then someone else came over and said, "I'm such and such." I won't recall all the names because I don't want to miss anyone. Then after that, more people came over. "Hi, I'm such and such. Are you Christie?" It was overwhelming, heartwarming, and amazing. People just kept coming over and introducing themselves. And most of them I knew because of this page, Citizens for Better Snellville, but I'd never met them face to face. I want to say thank you. Tonight gave me confirmation that the election is getting Snellville in the direction we need to be. Everyone treated me like I was exactly what Snellville stands for. Snellville, where everybody's proud to be somebody. And tonight, I felt like somebody in Snellville. I am so excited at this new journey. I was never into politics or getting involved, but after being a member of this page and after tonight, I just told my husband and I plan to do whatever I can to work along with our new mayor, Tom, and the city council. I will be at the city council meetings. I want to volunteer with the Snellville Tourism and Trade. I want to join the Chamber of Commerce. I want to help bring the vision of life to unifying Snellville. And to the council members, thank you. You guys greeted me and treated me like you knew me for years. I met all of you for the first time tonight. I believe in what you all stand for. I'm bound to stand with you guys and support you guys and make East Snellville the place where everybody is proud to be somebody. Tonight made me proud to be a citizen of Snellville. Christy, where are you? Ladies and gentlemen, that's who we are as a city. Christy's seen it. All of you in this room have seen it. That's who Snellville is, and we're just going to make it bigger and better. Thank you all for coming tonight. Now it's time for public comment. Please state your name and your address. So for the public record, please.
My name is Joe Williams, 2518 Picket Fence Lane, Snellville, Georgia. I wanted to make a correction on a statement earlier. The Planning Commission is December 1st, a special called meeting because of the conflict of the holidays.
I'm sorry. Huh? I'm sorry.
Also, I wanted to let Dave know that I'm taking the magnetic signs off my truck and putting them back on the refrigerator in my garage.
That'll be cool.
I'm Gretchen Schultz, 2027 Tanglewood Drive. And I appreciate your recognizing Mike and Phyllis and myself as the election committee. But there's also a whole host of folks that worked side by side with us that I just wanted to take a minute to recognize tonight, because these folks put in many hours, starting with early voting, which started on October 12th. And first of all, I want to recognize Hugo Trejo, if he's in the room. Hugo was our poll manager, and he did an outstanding job. I would work with him any day. He's just wonderful. Our assistant poll managers were Juanita Miller and Troy Fraction. I don't know if they're in the room tonight. And then our poll workers. And if you'll stand when I call your name so folks can see who you were Mary Cunningham, Doug Guy, Claudette Forbes, Grace Clower, William Moreland, John Mitchell, Elaine Mitchell, Gail Zwicky, Kathy Gibbons, Marion Larkins, Gloria Nelson, Myron Walker, Art Farmer, Debbie Reynolds, Janet Atkinson. If they'd stand, so. Thank you so much. These were just great folks to work with, and they put forth every effort to be as accurate and as efficient as possible. And I think that was evident on Election Day, just how accurate and efficient they were. The polls were closed at 7 p.m., and we just had one voter left to process. So thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Cameron Whitehead, no relation, Chief. 1391 Green Turf Drive. I'd like to take the time to congratulate all of you, even the ones who weren't up for re-election, for unifying Snellville. The citizens of Snellville demanded that we had a unified city with 6-0 votes we saw all night tonight, and everything going with ease. And I also want to commend the 4 of you who just went through elections for not stooping down to some of the abuse and assaults and everything else we saw going on with the mailers, and standing by your morals and going in what you believe in. I am totally excited for the future and ready to get through the last 4 years of unfortunate things that we've had and get this big stub toe out of the way, get things going, and have a unified Snellville. And since Councilman Howard didn't say it, how y'all doing? Thank you.
Okay, we have one person sign up. Carol Maldonado, are you going to speak?
Good evening, Council. I'd like to congratulate all of you for your election. This evening, I'd like to express thankfulness for being a part of this great city, for being a resident here, for having decided to own a home here in Snellville. I've heard a lot of great things tonight, and it is truly my hope, my true hope, that everything that I have heard will really and truly come to fruition. I truly hope that unity exists for all, and not just for those titled friends. I hope that unity exists also for those who do not agree with the status quo and everything that everyone else is in agreement with. I truly hope with all my heart that this city of Snellville will be a city that is inclusive of all and cease the exclusion that I have witnessed throughout my time here. Again, this is a great city, but work must be done. I truly hope that the many times that I've heard the word unity is really put into practice. And I truly hope that unity does not exist only for special neighbors, but for all neighbors, because we truly are all citizens of Snellville. Thank you.
Hey, my name's Alpesh Patel. Some of you know me as Al Brown on Facebook. I've lived in Snellville for most of my life, since 1993, with a few years here and there around, but Snellville's always been my hometown. Just want to say congratulations to our newly elected city council and our newly elected mayor, and a continued congratulations to our current city council. I think I can say that I truly hope we can see that Snellville is pretty unified and everyone is included. That's really all I wanted to say. I don't find Snellville to be exclusive. I've seen nothing but inclusion for all. That's all.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Kirk Bice, 2978 Cordite Loop, Snellville. From the Arts Commission, I would just like to invite everybody out this Saturday morning at 10 o'clock to take a Snellville picture here at City Hall, in the front of City Hall, if you're available, really to show everybody how united Snellville really is. Thank you all.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jadana Donnelly, and I'm at 4162 Trillium Wood Trail, Snellville, Georgia. However, some have made me feel a little exclusive outside of the group because unfortunately they say I live in unincorporated Snellville. However, I do have to say that prior to my family and I moving here, I do have to say that many of you on the council did open up and make me feel very welcome prior to us moving here, and I want to say thank you so very much. I'm looking forward to all that Snellville has to offer my family, and I'm so excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to everything that has to take place. Welcome. Thank you.
We're going to go into exec session in a moment, but before I do that, one of the things that when I was campaigning, I said we needed was Unified Snellville would help us with intergovernmental relations. I learned that several years ago with Commissioner Hunter, who happens to be here tonight, working together to get a lot more things done. I have an announcement to make about one of our council members. Barbara Bender has been appointed to the board of the Gwinnett chapter of the Georgia Municipal Association. This is quite an honor because Snellville has not been been represented on there an awful lot. The GMA people also believe in us, and they believe that we are really about unity, and they want to make sure that we have representation. So for the first time in many years, Barbara Bender is now a member of that board. We're going to now go into exec session. Before I read this, we are going to just adjourn all of you. You can, once we read this, please go into the community room. There's cake and refreshments there. The council will be there. I don't anticipate this taking more a real long time, and we'll see you in the community room. During a Okay, all right. During a public hearing of the mayor and the city council of Snellville, Georgia, Mayor Witz announced that certain matters should be discussed in a closed session of the meeting and asked council to advise the city with respect to closing the meeting. City Attorney Tony Powell advised the city of the following reasons to close the meeting: to discuss pending or potential litigation, settlement claims, administrative proceedings, and other judicial actions which are exempt from the open meetings pursuant to OCGA Section 50-14-2(1). To authorize negotiations to purchase, dispose of leased property, authorize the ordering of appraisal related to the acquisition, disposed property, real estate, enter into a contract to purchase, dispose of, or lease property, subject to approval in a subsequent public vote, to enter into an option to purchase, dispose of, or lease. You got to make it smaller, shorter. Lease real estate subject to approval of subsequent public vote, which is excluded from the Open Meetings Act pursuant to Section 50-14-3. Upon the appointment of employment, compensation, hiring, disciplinary action, or dismissal, periodic evaluation or ratings of public officers or employees which is excluded pursuant to OCGA Section 50-14-3B2. Upon the motion of Council Member Emmanuel, seconded by Council Member Bender. Okay.
I just wanted you to read
All
that
right, cool.
language, and
All right.
then I'll change this first.
Okay. The meeting was closed with the following council members and mayor present in voting. Mayor Witz, yes. Barbara Bender.
Yes.
Dave Emanuel. Bobby Howard.
Yes.
Councilman Marmol.
Yes.
Councilmember Linsky. Thereupon, all persons left the room except for the following. Okay, we're going to resume our regular meeting. 8:41 is fine. A resolution to appoint and confirm members of the boards, commission, oops, sorry, wrong one. A resolution of the organizational meeting of the City Council of the City of Snellville, appointing the city manager, the city attorney, and the city clerk to provide effective dates for such appointments and for other purposes. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. Basically, there's 3 appointments to be made, and we are making those appointments right now. The city attorney, the permanent city attorney will be Tony Powell. The city manager will be Butch. And the interim city clerk will be Arian Stone. And she'll be fulfilling the position of city clerk temporarily until we find a new clerk for the city. That's the resolution. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the resolution as read.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I call the question. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, like sign. 6-0, the resolution passes. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Opposed, like sign. That carries with motions. The meeting of the city's council for November 9th, 2015 is adjourned. Thank you all very much.